If you guys are new to my channel, please be sure to subscribe. That way you guys are, a part of my journey as far as being a, bigger YouTuber and everything. Well, I decided that I was going to do a story time because I honestly at first was like, you know what? I don't think I could do story time simply because I haven't had much happen to me. But then I started thinking, and I was like, well, that's happened to me, that's happened to me, that's happened to me. And just the more that I kept piling it up, I was like, wow, that would be good content for YouTube. So here I am. So guys, here is the tea. I had an ex, and this ex was actually kind of crazy. At first he wasn't crazy. That's how all crazy people start. They start real cool. They start being, the best person of your dreams. And then just all of a sudden, they decide they want to snap. So that's what ended up happening with this person. So let me just kind of give you guys the rundown of everything. He has a really good job, a really good car, lives by himself, not mooching off his parents or anything. But the thing is, he was also very, very, nice and sweet and stuff, very loving, very caring. But I started to notice that just like in the midst of everything, he just started to kind of show me that he was very needy. He would always ask me to give him my location and stuff. He would just be like, oh, I'm just checking on you to make sure everything's okay, and just wanted to know where you were and stuff like that. And then if I would tell him where I was, then he would just all of a sudden pop up. To the point where it was kind of scary movie-ish, Sometimes I would just be chilling at my house because it was times where I just didn't want to go over his place all the time because he wanted me to be over there 24/7, as if we was husband and wife type shit. And I just didn't want to be on that. I was still kind of I'm in a relationship, but still at the same time, I didn't want to be tied down to that, I didn't want to be tied down like that. You know what I mean? He would try to hang out with me 24/7. He wanted to be around me 24/7. I wanted to go to Dollar Tree one time. I went after work and I was like, yeah, I just decided to come to Dollar Tree. He's like, oh, why didn't you tell me? We could have went together. I was like, because it would have been out of my way to sit here and make my way all the way over there to your place and then come all the way over here to Dollar Tree and stuff like that. That's just doing too much. He's like, oh, well, I'm gonna come over there. And then I was like, well, I'm over here already. And he's like, oh, that one's really bad. That one's really ghetto and everything. So, I'm going to come to make sure you're okay. And I'm like, what the hell? I come to this Dollar Tree all the time. Yes, it's ghetto. Yes, people be out there asking for money and stuff. Yes, people be doing the most out there and selling all types of stuff. But it's okay. I go over there because it's the one that's right next to my house, So I go there. And he just ended up popping up in the store, and I'm like, okay, it wasn't that big of a deal. I remember another time, me and my brother, we went to the DMV because I had something I needed to handle. And I didn't want him to be there for something that I needed to handle because it was something that was more so, my business rather than our business, So I'm over there trying to handle my business at the DMV. I get a message from him. He calls me, oh, where are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I'm just at the DMV trying to, handle my business, I'll be, once I finish this, then I'll come hang out with you and, chill with you or whatever. And then next thing you know, he comes popping up. And he's like, oh, okay, so you're doing this and you're doing that? Mm-hmm, uh-huh. And then all of a sudden just walks up and then right there. And I'm like, what the fuck? It got to the point where it was okay, at first it was funny, at first it was cute, but now you're just being strange. you know, he would do even certain things. Like one time, um, I was at the house with my brother and my dog, because at the time, you know, my dog, but she passed away, but you know, at the time I was there with my brother and my dog and just chilling, because I was like, I'd be over there with him all the time. I kind of want to just be at home now. And dude sits there and he comes and shows up at my house. Like, I was getting so irritated by this time, because I was like, okay, you're constantly showing up to my place. Like, it's getting annoying, you know? Like, there was even one time at my old house, we had a fence up in the backyard, but sometimes we left it open because the gardener would come back there on Saturdays, and we left it open so then, you know, he can get in and get out. And sometimes we'd be lazy when it comes to closing it back, because, you know, we just wait for a little bit. We never really had nobody bust in on us or anything like that. So we was like, it wasn't really a big deal to just run over there and go close the gate, you know. Plus we had our dog, and we was like, she wasn't gonna let nobody come through, because she was willing to bust before somebody sat there and came in that house or whatever, you know. So you know, the gate was open or whatever, and then all of a sudden we like hear jingling at the door, and then we hear jingling at the door, and we're like, what is that? So I get up, I go check the door, and I'm like, what, is somebody back there? Then next thing you know, we hear like rumbling in the backyard and stuff too, and all this other kind of stuff. And next thing you know, I think he called me or something like that. But then next thing you know, he ends up in the house. And I'm like, why? Who the fuck does this? Like, who sits there and sees that, you know, somebody's gate is open, and rather than you calling and saying y'all gate is open, you come showing up inside? And like at that point, I was just really annoyed. Like by this time in the relationship, when he was popping up on me at the DMV and stuff like that, I was really kind of over him, because I was to the point where the relationship was short-lived in the first place. It was only like a 3-month relationship, and I seen early on that he was getting on my nerves. And with me, I'm kind of like this: if you get on my nerves early on and I'm not the needy one and you're the needy one, then I'm over it. I'm over it. You can't be the man and be needy. I'm the only needy one. If it gets to a point where you get more needier than me, you're cut off. Like, I can't, guys. I just can't. You get cut off easy. That's how I am. Yep. That's pretty much how I am. But yeah, guys. So when he did come in the house or whatever, and he decided that, you know, he was just gonna bust in or whatever, I didn't even really say many words to him. I just kind of was like quiet or whatever. And then he had the audacity to say, y'all really should get that gate closed when, you know, no one's back there. And like, all I could think to myself was, you know, if my dog was in her prime and she was like younger herself, she would have bit the shit out of you, and I would have let her. Because you can't just break into someone's house and think that that's cute and think that that's you just being a protective boyfriend. That's you looking like a stalker. Like, you're looking absolutely crazy at this point, and it's not even cute, or it's not even funny. Guys, I was just over him. I was over that relationship. Like I said, it was only like 3 months, because I instantly seen the signs. And like I said, I easily get irritated really fast in relationships. Like when I see that the guy is more needier than myself, I just kind of feel to the point where I'm like, you know what, this isn't even for me. Like, and now that I look back, he really wasn't even my type. He was convenient at the moment. Like, I mean, I hate to say it like that, but he was really just convenient at the moment. Like, my mom had passed, and, you know, I just needed someone to kind of like lean on, and, you know, he was there. But I mean, as far as him just being like the perfect person and the perfect boyfriend, no. He really started to get on my nerves. And the thing is that, you know, I knew he was crazy too when he kept watching the movie Acrimony with Taraji P. Henson. He would only specifically watch the parts where she snapped, and that was like his favorite part of the movie, when she snapped and she started like coming after him when he was in his new relationship. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it got to a point where he was watching that portion of that movie all the time. And it was like, okay, it's not that nice of a movie. Like, you hyping it up. But it's like, but yeah, guys, I was glad I got out that relationship. But I'll give you guys more story times on him because I have a ton if you guys want to hear them, okay? I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys would like for me to do more story times, then just give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section down below. And please be sure to follow me on all my social medias. That will be in the description box down below as well as in the outro. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.